On August 9, 2014, Michael Brown was shot 6 times in Ferguson, Missouri. Before the shooting, Michael Brown got in a scuffle with the store owner over some cigarettes. This 18-year-old boy left the store and proceeded down the street to his grandma's house. Officer Wilson received the call, saw Michael Brown, and shot Michael Brown 6 times. Was Michael Brown going to attack or surrender to the officer? We will never know. The evidence shows that Wilson shot in self-defense and was not indicted.
What is your reaction to Michael Brown's verdict?
When I first found out about the verdict, I was very mad because I feel like there was a lot of injustice done and what happened was not right.
Do you guys think it was the right thing for Officer Wilson to shoot Michael Brown?
No. Like with the facts at hand, I mean, there was definitely different stories from each witness, but I think there was a lot of other things that the officer could have done even if he felt threatened. Like the way he shot was shooting to kill, and instead he could have done anything else to protect himself, like shooting Michael Brown's foot or calling for more help. There was just like a lot of other options he could have done.
He had his hands up walking towards him saying don't shoot, and he was basically surrendering. So.
Yeah.
Do you think that Officer Wilson shot Michael Brown because of race?
I think in that particular instance it's very hard to know. I also know what the racial numbers look like in Ferguson, Missouri, with vast majority of white police officers and the vast majority of African American actual citizens and how that interacts.
I feel like if it was any other person, any other race, he wouldn't have acted so like drastically. He would have shot him and killed him.
The way that the officer described Michael Brown was looking like a possessed demon.
Do you believe that people were reactive to the verdict, or were the riots the right thing to do?
Thoughtful demonstrations about who we are as a society and how minorities feel in oppressed communities, how they feel every single day dealing with people who don't look like them, who have power over them. Even the majority communities, even white communities, realize like this isn't something that just happens once in a while. This isn't something that just happens on the side, right? I think that a lot of even the majority communities are seeing because of these protests that this is deep-seated, that African Americans, for example, don't feel safe around cops, and there's something fundamentally wrong when that's the case. On the other hand, I don't think that should necessarily be licensed for getting sneakers and jewelry and TVs, or burning down the businesses of people who are just another part of the community that themselves become victims. I recognize where that anger comes from. I just think it's hard to lump it all into one category. I think a lot of people rioted because they were legitimately angry and legitimately concerned and trying to improve our community.